Okay, only 2 episodes left. We have this page, and I think I'm going to end at the U's with a tie being the last game. And then the last episode will just be us finishing it off and kind of going over when I'm playing, what my backlog is. I'll include that as well, but we'll try to get through this episode pretty fast. This one's okay. We do have some pretty good stuff, but this first half is whatever. Stellaris. So Stellaris, I've played, only a couple hours of it, which of course is not enough time to rate a 4X game. In terms of 4X, I've only played Europa 4, I've played Civ, and Stellaris. But I kind of want to get into this game at some point, not anytime soon. But it looks really deep, and I don't know, it just looks fun. 4X games in general, I'm sure if you get into them, are pretty fun. Stranger of Paradise. So this is the Neo-styled Final Fantasy game made by Team Ninja, and this is the only game in the last year or so that I have just definitively dropped it. I need to say abandoned, yeah. This game, and I just played Neo, and I love Neo too, so I love Team Ninja. This game is so boring. The class system I didn't like. I got maybe 4 hours into the game and just dropped it. And last semester, I was on a roll playing games. I played a lot of games, and this one I just dropped because I didn't enjoy it at all. I thought it was boring. I thought it was way too easy. I forgot how the class system worked, but it's almost like it wants to encourage you to try new classes, but you've been leveling one class the whole time, so there's no reason to switch it up. I use the same weapons essentially the whole playthrough, and yeah, I did not like it. I quit it again after 4 hours. It's the only game in the last year I have dropped and have no intention to come back to, because there are games that I've put on a shelf, like Metaphor. I haven't played it in 3 or 4 months, but I do want to come back to it. This game, I have no intention. Oh, dude. John Woo's Stranglehold. This is Cap. This game's demo is how I came across it first. And let me just show you. Hold on, let me pull up some footage. It is like Max Payne, it is. But it's based on the John Woo movie, not Max Payne. And this game is so sick. I didn't play it on PC, I played it on 360. But there are so many crazy set piece moments in this game. It's not as refined as Max Payne 3, obviously. I think Max Payne 3 is best in class. But, I mean, it's like budget Max Payne 3. And it does some things that Max Payne 3 doesn't. Like, there's a huge, I think it's in this level, there's a huge set of stairs that you can grind on the rail and then shoot while grinding on the rail. You can jump on, well, he just jumped over one. This thing, if you jump on it at a certain angle, it rolls, and you can shoot while it's rolling and you're laying down. But no, this game's really, really cool. And yeah, you can shoot that, and it creates a thing where you can run up. Yeah, this game's cool. I'll jump off. Oh, that's fine. But yeah, John Woo's Stranglehold, sick game. I actually want to go back and beat it. I played a good bit of it once I finally got my hands on it, years after I played the demo. But I remember this game very fondly. Street Fighter 2, bro, we are no longer in the 90s. Okay, we're done with the 90s. This game is mid. It's actually bad, I would say. I don't know why I did the Wii and SNES. Fair enough. I don't like slow fighting games, and this is like one of the slowest ones. It's all about the neutral and doing minimum damage. It's a slow game. I don't like it. I don't like watching it at all. So I'm not a big Street Fighter guy. I've played Street Fighter 4. Is this Okay, whatever. I've played. Oh, is it Ultra Street Fighter 4? Is that what I put it as? No. Okay, well, I've played Street Fighter 4. Well, Street Fighter 4, I thought it was better, but dude, those combos are so tough. I didn't play a lot of it, so I mean, it's fair that I haven't put it. I played it more than Street Fighter 2 Turbo though. Strider. Was this a launch game with the Xbox One? I don't know. I mean, it's one of the first games I played on Xbox One. This is actually a solid Xbox One title. It's a 2D platformer based off the original Strider, which was on NES, I believe. Not Strider 2, bro. But I remember this game having a really good art style. Oh, dude. The classic Xbox One user interface. I remember one of Xbox's best features that they got rid of was the Snap feature, where you could just tell the Kinect Xbox Snap YouTube. You could have YouTube on the side, like a separate bar right here that the game would be in this section. But no, it's a simple 2D platformer, 2D action platformer. I remember liking it. It probably holds up pretty well today. So yeah, that's Strider. Have not played the original. Subnautica. This game's really cool. There's a second one being... Oh, okay. Sure, I guess. So I got relatively far in Subnautica. I didn't go too deep, because I think you measure your progress in this game by how deep you go into the ocean. I didn't get too deep. Like, I didn't see any huge monsters, but I enjoyed my time with this a lot. I can recognize how good of a game this is. My dad, who only plays Blizzard games, gave this a shot and he loved it. He beat it. He no-lifed this game. But I need to go back. I need to beat it. I have not played Below Zero. I wonder if it's better. Who knows? Oh yeah, there is a VR version, but I don't think it has motion controls. Oh, Sunset Overdrive. This is a super, super fun game. Made by Insomniac, the people who make Ratchet and Clank. But just a wacky third person, not really parkour, just an action shooter. Very Ratchet and Clank coded. You know, you got your weapon reels. There's a lot of grinding, and the game's all about trying to stay off the ground as much as possible, because this game can get pretty chaotic. But yeah, trying to stay on rails, trying to wall run, trying to wall dash into you bounce on cars in this game. This guy's a play style for sure. But no, this game's really, really cool. Played it on Xbox One. Yeah, really fun. Super C. This is the second Contra game. I believe it's the second one. It's Contra, you know. It's better than the original. I think the Contras only got better up to 3. I've only played 1, 2, and 3. But Contra 1 is fine. I remember Super C being a little better. I've barely played these. But Contra 3 was definitely the best. That's crazy. What does the first Contra have? This is the arcade version, but yeah, it's Contra, you know. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I've actually played this game a decent amount, but I was a kid. And if you don't know Super Ghouls and Ghosts, it is one of the harder games on the NES, from my knowledge, and that's truly a feat, saying that something that's one of the hardest in this era. But what really gets this game and what makes it so difficult is that when you jump, you are locked in. You cannot move in the air, and often you screw yourself. Yeah, I got like this far when I was a kid. I remember the sea level. Like he got so close to coming over. Like, you are locked in when you jump. But this game's good. It's just super, super difficult. And I think it got a remaster recently on Switch. Super Hot VR. You could definitely make a case for this being a 5-star game. Super Hot, I think it's a must-play game in VR. just because it's so intuitive, it's simple. It's also just fun. This is probably one of the earlier games I played in VR, because it's also cheap. And if you just have a Quest and you don't have a PC, this game is definitely a must play. Now on PC you can get it for dirt cheap because there's key shops. But yeah, super hot VR. Time moves only when you move, and it works so well in VR. My friend didn't even know there was a base version of this game on Steam. He thought it was only a VR game. That's how good it is. That's how well known it is. So yeah, super hot. Not a lot of explanation needed. Fantastic game. Could be a 5. Superliminal is a really, really cool puzzle game where, oh god, how would you even explain it? The size of objects can change based on your perspective of them. Like, this would be a perfect example. I guess. But you can bring something, it's all about like, it's a super, super crazy game. I can't imagine how this thing's coded. It must be like a custom engine. But yeah, it's like it has a uniform size when it's in front of you, but depending on where you drop it, it changes its state. And its size is almost relative to how far away it is from you. But yeah, super, super trippy. Awesome, awesome puzzle game. Yeah, really cool, really cool. Okay, the Marios. I don't care much for Mario. You know, I think everyone's played a Mario game, but I'll go over these really quick. 3D Land is the 3DS version. Played hardly any of it, but it seems pretty cool. It did a really good job of using the 3D, I thought. More so than any game I've played on the 3DS. I think this game does it the best. Yeah, that's about all I can say of it. I didn't play too much of it. 3D World is on Wii U. I believe I played it on Wii U. I think I beat it on the Wii U solo. You know, fun. It's a standard 3D Mario game. It's really hard to make a bad Mario game, it seems. Mario 64, played this in 2016. Haven't played it since. Played it on the N64. Fantastic 3D platformer. Super, super fun, even to this day. Everyone knows Mario 64 and how important it was, and just how great it stands up today. Kind of is a testament to how well made this game is. Almost 30 years later. Damn, next year it'll be 30 years. I wonder if they do they probably won't. They did like a 25th anniversary, or no, a 35th anniversary on the Wii. So when's 50? Wasn't it 1983 or like 1985? So in the 2030s we'll get a 50 year. The original Mario Bros. Look, it's definitely flawed. It's not the smoothest control scheme. It's not as tight as I like my 2D platformers. But you gotta 1985, yeah. You gotta put the respect on his name, you know. This is the OG. It's still relatively fun today, but pretty standard. Even by today's standards, of course, it's subpar. But still a good time. Should everyone play it? You don't have to, but I think you should. Mario Wonder, played this at a friend's house, only played a couple levels. Seems fun. People seem to like it a lot, or they did it first, but I don't hear anyone talking about this game now. But yeah, it seemed, it's whimsical. I'll give it that. And it controls really well, but I haven't played too much of it. Again, only a couple levels, like maybe 4 or 5. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. So Mario Galaxy, I played as a kid. Loved it. I remember Halloween, when I was whatever age I was at the beach level in this game where there's a swing or a vine that you could just swing around and jump into the water. I must have spent time on that beach level for an hour, 2 hours, just running around, swimming. I thought it was super cool, but I was a dumb kid. That's my most vivid memory of this game. But also, it's just a fun 3D platformer. I think I played it again in college, and got pretty far, but then dropped it. I'm like, yeah, I remember this game. It's as I remembered. So Mario Galaxy 2, I think I have played this when I was a kid. But I just don't remember anything about it. So I need to go back and actually play it. Super Mario Kart 2.5 may be a little rough. I'll give it a 3. This game's pretty fun, but of course it is the first. It can be pretty hard, I remember, unless I'm remembering it wrong, but Super Mario Kart, you know, it's still, you can still have some fun with it, but there's no reason to play it today. You know, you have so many other Mario Kart options. But for what it is and what it started, more importantly, lot of respect for Super Mario Kart. Mario Maker 1 and 2, I'm going to talk about them at once. Didn't play a lot of Mario Maker. Played a decent amount of Mario Maker 2. I liked the single player mode. Apparently no one likes the single player mode. They're rated the same. I don't see why Mario Maker 2 would not be objectively better than Mario Maker. Why it wouldn't be rated higher, but I'm not an expert. Hardly played any of the online modes. Again, Mario as a 2D platformer, you know, it's fine. I'm not overly invested in playing Mario 2D platformers. I have no urge to at any point, so this didn't have a huge pull on me, but it was fun, you know, for what it was. And I'm sure if I really wanted to get into it, I'd have a lot of fun, but I have no urge to. Mario Odyssey. This came out, this wasn't a launch title. Yeah, it came out later in the year. I think I got this at launch. I think I did. Fantastic. My favorite Mario game, I think. Yeah, my favorite Mario game is Mario Odyssey. I played this game nonstop. I kind of beat it in like a couple days, I think. Super fun, super, I mean, just full of style. Tight controls, and the cat mechanic is so incredible, not only for traversal, but also the ability to possess other beings and use their toolkits. A lot of fun. I didn't 100% it. I just beat it and got a lot of the stars. My friend 100%ed it, and I remember he wanted my help to do the volleyball star or moon, whatever they are. And you could do co-op in this game, and I was the hat, so I would just move the hat around and hit the volleyball over. So yeah, awesome game. Definitely 5 out of 5. One of the best 3D platformers of all time. Don't need to say more. Mario Strikers. This game used to run in high school. There were a lot of friends I had that we would just play Mario Strikers. My neighbor, I played it with him a lot, and my other friends in the neighborhood. But also, this is a big thing at parties in high school. I didn't go to a lot of parties, but the ones I did go to, somehow this, and of course Mario Kart, was always there. And one of my other friends in high school I played this a lot with as well. Awesome soccer game. It seems chaotic at times, and you can't really control what's going on. But man, it is just a ton of fun. Super stylized as well. And the Wii one is even more stylized. But I've not played Charged, and I've not played the newer one, which I think no one likes. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this one actually has a higher rating. So, yeah, awesome game. Still have my childhood copy of this game. Mario Sunshine. I also have my childhood copy of this game. This is the first 3D Mario I played. I played it as a kid. I remember my copy was scratched. So it was one of the levels where the ink dude, the ink Mario, takes your water thing, and you can only use Mario's moveset. And in the cutscene where he takes it, snatches it, and goes away, the game would crash because it had a scratch on the disc. But I still played this game a ton as a kid. A lot of fond memories. I need to go back and actually beat it. Super Mario World. This is my first Mario game. Again, my dad, we had the SNES, and he had this game because this came with the SNES, I'm pretty sure. The best 2D Mario, I think, that I've played. Yeah, I would say it's better than all the other 2D Marios. Super fun. Even today, I bet if I went back and played this, it'd still be just as fun. I remember it wasn't easy as a kid, but I haven't played it again since I was a kid. But a lot of great memories with this game. Super Meat Boy. Played this in college, I think 2018. I love Super Meat Boy. Again, a tight platformer. I'll do anything for a tight platformer. Celeste and Super Meat Boy are two of my favorites. This game, people say it's hard. I don't think they've actually played it. This game's not super difficult, unless we're talking about his girlfriend's levels. Those are hard. Those are super tough. But base Super Meat Boy, it's not that bad. You know, once you get the hang of it, you kind of do breeze through the game. But a fantastic 2D platformer. I'm surprised it doesn't have higher reviews. I love this game. Then again, 4-star is the most common. I give it a 4.5. Would I give it a 5? Maybe. It's between a 4.5 and a 5 for me. Super Metroid, again, I don't like Metroidvanias. I did not like this one. I played this on SNES. It must have been when I was 17. So, I mean, even back then, I didn't like Metroidvanias. I played it maybe 3 hours, just gave up. I remember I got lost, and I didn't look anything up. I didn't want to, so I got lost, and I said, okay, that's it for me. And yeah, again, I'm not a Metroidvania fan, so don't take it from me. Dude, Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, these are kind of the same game. I think, doesn't 2 have more mini games? I think it does. It has better mini games. But man, Super Monkey Ball is so much fun, solo or with friends. I played this with a friend once, and it was fun going back and forth, seeing who could go the farthest. But yeah, just super fun, simple games too. And then what's what's this? There's one that's it's adventure maybe? Yeah, adventure. This has a whole campaign mode, and it's on Xbox, I believe. Oh no, it's on PS2 and GameCube. Wait, which one's on Xbox? I could have sworn there was one like exclusive to Xbox. Hold on. Monkey Ball Deluxe. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Where's that? Oh. A fusion of 1 and 2. Oh, wait, am I thinking of it? Oh, yeah, Adventure is on PS2 and GameCube. I didn't know it was on PS2 or GameCube. Apparently it sucks. Oh, well. But yeah, 1 and 2, fantastic game. Super fun. Give them a try. Smash Bros. Look, I'm not the biggest Smash Bros. Enjoyer. I give them all a 4.5. Objectively, I could give Ultimate a 5. But I played the single player. I'm not into... I never played the multiplayer for these games. Melee is good in its own way. Brawl has a lot of sentimental value. This is the first one. No, it's the second one I played. I played Melee first, but this is the one I played the most with friends. My friend had it on Wii. Well, it's only on Wii. And we would go to his house and play this a lot. There's a lot of good memories playing Brawl with my friends in middle school. But Melee, I never got too into it, but I can recognize Melee for what it is. It's a fantastic fighting game. And then Ultimate, more so the same. This is the one I've played the most probably, just because the single player is that long. And I've played it a couple times with friends recently. But these are all fantastic fighting games. It's just that I never got too invested in either of them. Like, sure, the best one is Ultimate, I would say. I could maybe bump this up to a 5, but I'll keep it at a 4.5. The Surge. This is... Damn, I never beat this. I got far. I know that. On Xbox One. This is a Souls-like, and this is a really cool mechanic where you can target certain body parts of other, like, either robots or humans with rigs, and depending on which body part you target, you can receive armor for the left arm or the right leg. If you cut off the right leg, you get that right leg's armor. So I really liked that aspect of this game. I remember this one being pretty tough, actually, or at least the bosses, but this was... When did this come out? 2017? Yeah, I played this close to launch. And I bet the Surge 2 is better. I kind of want to go back and play these, actually. I bet I could beat these pretty quick. Because I kind of breezed through Neo, and I've played so many Souls-likes. You know what? I may go back and play these. These games are fun. They're Souls-likes. They're good Souls-likes. damn, people don't seem to agree. I remember having a good time with it. But yeah, The Surge, really good Souls-like. SWAT 4. So this is a great story. SWAT 4 is a hardcore SWAT simulator. And it's as hardcore as you could get in 2006, but this is such a well-made game. You can get it super cheap on GOG, Good Old Games. And I actually convinced some of my friends to try out the multiplayer. And we had, well, I say we all of us had a pretty good time, but one of my friends really enjoyed this game, and we would do it with a squad of 2, and we would do like challenge runs. But such a well-made game. And again, Ready or Not is a spiritual successor to this game. Without this game, Ready or Not does not exist. Ready or Not has a lot of the same tools, a lot of the same weapons. But no, this game is so well made. And this game also probably has one of the best first levels in gaming. The Fairfax Residence, awesome level, where a guy has kidnapped 2 women, 2 college girls, and he has this deranged setup in the basement of his mom's house. And it's just, oh, it's so good. And then the voice acting for the calls, before you launch the mission, there are distress calls. You can hear the 911 calls. And oh my God, the voice acting is so good in them. But yeah, SWAT 4, incredible game. I would check it out. Super fun. And it can be very difficult. Siphon Filter is a PlayStation 1 game. Siphon Filter was actually pretty important because it also kind of went for the, like, oh, this is a 3D, like, action movie almost style. And the way you can control your character, I don't think another PlayStation 1 game kind of did it as well as Siphon Filter for a third-person shooter, considering how rare those were in the first place. But you use the R1 and L1 button to strafe left and right, and then of course the D-pad to move, and it just works so well. Yeah, this game's actually really, really good. I played it a bit in Japan. I played it on the Steam Deck, but this game's not that expensive. If I ever wanted to go back to it, I've seen Logan Shadow and Dark Mirror the most. These are the PSP games. But yeah, I would not mind checking this game out again sometime in the future. System Shock 2 is a fantastic video game. The only reason it's not a 5, the only reason is because the last 2 hours are pretty rough. For some reason, there was a huge difficulty spike, and I ended up just running past enemies near the end. But dude, before those last 2 hours, it's a 5 out of 5 video game. This game is, and of course, if you don't know, System Shock 2 is also a super important game. So many mechanics that are present in System Shock 2, I mean, were developed on later. Like, what are all the ones? Like, I know it's like West. Like, okay, wait, 1 second. System Shock 2. I just look at importance. I'm drawing a blank again. I'm trying to remember like what. Like, sure, survival horror, but it was like the whole idea of hacking in this game and kind of doing any objective the way you want and having multiple ways to achieve your objective was such a new concept. I'm actually drawing a blank, but there are systems in this game. Like, I'm sure if I look at it, like upgrades, that's been in games before. I don't know. I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank on this. Atmosphere, combat, enemy variety. I remember the one enemy, it was like these female robots that would scream, and they were actually pretty terrifying because you would hear them before you saw them. I don't know. That's kind of embarrassing that I can't remember what systems kind of originated here. But I remember hacking. There's not like, oh, I'm so pissed off that I don't remember. But no, this is a fantastic video game. The remake is apparently pretty good. I've not played the remake of the first one, but System Shock 2. How if I just look up System Shock 2 introduce? What does System Shock influence? Yeah, I get that. Well, Deus Ex is made by the same company. BioShock is a spiritual successor. I get that. I get that. Impact of the first game. The story is really cool. Sheridan is a super awesome villain. Sequels, gameplay mechanics, puzzle solving, character customization. Was it feature skills that allows customers? We cannot invest in points of various skills. Yeah. Study enemies. That was really cool. You could bring in. Oh, there's also like there's a chemistry system. You could bring in different chemicals and you could make certain things. Maybe that was just a side quest. But yeah, you can analyze alien tissue. That's directly in BioShock. By taking pictures of the enemies, you are able to better defeat them. But yeah, super influential game and still a super fun game today. I spent way too much time talking about System Shock, trying to justify why I put it so high when I could just say it's a really awesome game. TF2, didn't play much of it. It's a fun time. This game is really fun in VR with contractors. It has a Team Fortress mod, but base TF2, didn't play a lot of it. What I played, it was fine. Tekken 5, played this recently on PS2. I'm shocked at how good they had it in 2004. This is a really fun and deep fighting game. I'm shocked Tekken wasn't as big as, Street Fighter at this point, because even Tekken 4 had some really cool mechanics, and it was also really deep. Now Tekken 4 was really broken, and so was Tekken 5 in terms of character balance. But yeah, awesome fighting game. Tekken 7, I just beat the campaign. I played this enough. I didn't play the multiplayer for Tekken 7. I just played single player, but based on the single player, it's good. I liked it. 4 out of 5. And then Tekken 8, played this recently. I got really into the multiplayer. I mained Steve at first, who's one of the hardest characters to play. And I think one of the more respectful players you can come up against, because Tekken 8 has a lot of BS. At least if you're new. Like, it's really tough to get good at Tekken 8 when you're new into the whole series. But then I also played Eddie. And Eddie, I got all the way to Fujin. And with Steve, I got to the purple ranks. But awesome fighting game. Even though it has issues and some characters are brain dead easy to play and way too strong, I still love this game. It's a fantastic fighting game. Pretty mid story mode. I'm not a fan of Terraria. I tried it. I don't like it. I thought it was insanely boring to play. I'd rather play Minecraft. So Thief, this is the remake or the reboot in 2014. Got this close to launch because my mom, when she was pregnant with me, played Thief the Dark Project. So I told her, hey, look, they're making a reboot. She's like, oh, and that's what she told me. She played it when she was pregnant with me. But I played it when it came out. This is my first Thief game. No, I probably played the Metal Age a little bit before this, but I liked it. It was simple. It's definitely different than the other Thief games. There's a great video on YouTube I watched, and just how many liberties were taken with this game and how different it is from the other Thief games. But for what it is, I think it's fine. It's a fine stealth game, but you can definitely find better. Thief Gold is the first one. It is it has all the extra content for the first game, I believe. It was the first game to use light and sound. That is true. This is the first game where enemies could hear your footsteps or any kind of sound you make. And light, like being in shadows, made you not able to be seen. This was the first game to do that. Dark Project's the first one. Thief Gold, is it not just... This extended edition. Yeah. So yeah, just 3 extra missions. This is the one I played. This is the one on Steam. Really, really fun stealth game. Hard as shit. But it has some great moments where you're just standing still and you hear this guard coming. You can hear his footsteps. And you just hope he doesn't see you. And you're in darkness. And there's really cool... This game must have been incredible when it came out. To play this when it came out. Because I'm sure the concept of shooting a torch that's on the wall with a water arrow must have blown your mind back in the day. Nowadays, you know, you just shoot a light with a gun and it's intuitively it makes sense, but I think it actually required some pretty incredible forethought to think of that. Like, oh, why don't we just let's let him have a water arrow and he could shoot out, you know, torches. This game is really, really cool. Again, you can see here, there are some cool levels in this game that are pretty trippy. And the story, I think, in both of these games is kind of crazy. It's a crazy story. Thief 2, The Metal Age, I played this when I was a kid, but I haven't played it since. I think it's better than the original in like every way. I kind of want to play these again. I think I have them on Steam. But yeah, fantastic, super influential stealth games. Most stealth games are not the same today, if not for Thief. Titanfall 1 and 2. I love Titanfall on Xbox One. I think everyone did. This should be a little higher. This game was so good. It was multiplayer only, which that was its only big gripe I had with it. But, you know, I got the Xbox One, played this, and I just did not stop playing it for like a month. I was on this game constantly. I thought it was so cool. It was so fun. The movement was fantastic. The Titans were super cool. But then Titanfall 2, dude, incredible single player campaign, and they just improved on the multiplayer, which I already loved. And this game has, of course, the level where you go back in time. You switch between the present day and the past. That's a really cool level. My favorite level was you're in this facility that's building think of it as essentially as a testing site for bombs. That's what it looks like, but it's like this diorama of a neighborhood or a facility, and you're moving throughout this facility. There's these huge chunks of artificial land and you're moving through the level before it's complete, really, and then you have a boss fight in the complete level once it's all assembled. Super, super cool game. Fantastic. One of the best first-person shooters of all time. Tomb Raider. Again, I've played Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is the original reboot, or not the original reboot. Actually, I shouldn't say that. This is the newest reboot from 2013. Really, really cool. This is, I think it's canonically Laura's first adventure. And it's brutal. You know, you see her friends, I think, get just murdered in front of her. You can only play the definitive edition now, I think. But, well, on Steam, I should say. But yeah, this game has some really cool set pieces. I remember the combat being really good, actually. And the fact that she can jump 6 feet in the air. She's some of the most incredible vert any standard human has in gaming. But yeah, awesome, awesome game. I've not played Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I need to play the original trilogy again. And Tomb Raider Anniversary is my first one. Had this on PS2 back in the day. I don't remember much of it, but I did play a decent amount of it. I think I got relatively far. Because I know there's like the first level, there's bears and there's jaguars, and it's in like a standard ancient temple. Like, not a jungle biome, but I remember it very, very obscurely. But I'm sure it's a fun game. Rainbow Six. So Siege, I haven't played this game in years. When I last played it, I thought it was fantastic. This game was so cool when it came out. You're telling me these are fully destructible environments and it's a multiplayer shooter? Sign me up. It was so cool when it came out, and the rappelling was sick. Now, if you don't remember, Rainbow Six Siege was supposed to be just another entry in the Rainbow Six series, like a single player. I still remember the trailer where you're on the bridge and you rappel down one of the bridge struts and you have this huge firefight on a bridge, and it looks so cool. And then they dropped it, and now we got Rainbow Six Siege. But I haven't played it in forever. When I last played it, I loved this game. I thought it was so cool. But again, I haven't played it probably since 2016. Now, Rainbow Six Vegas, I had both of these on PS3. I played this one more so than the second one. I wonder which one's rated higher. Nice. But this is a squad-based, not really SWAT sim, but like special unit simulation game in Vegas. And I remember this game being fantastic. Some of my friends and I are planning to play this game again, co-op, and I'm really excited for that because these games, I mean, like they're more. I remember them being more of the same, but fantastic games, awesome special unit simulators. And there's also like Rainbow Six 3, Black Raven, I think is what it's called. What's the other Rainbow? Like the OG ones that kind of put it on the map. I know it's Rainbow Six 3, Raven Shield, and Black Arrow. These remind me of SWAT a lot, like SWAT 4. But these games kind of really put it on the map, and I want to play these at some point, but I haven't. Okay. We're doing good on time. Okay, Splinter Cells. I love the Splinter Cell games I have played. I have not played Chaos Theory, and I've not played Pandora Tomorrow. And I know Chaos Theory is supposed to be... Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I have played Chaos Theory, but only the first and like maybe the second level. But not nearly enough to actually rate it. But my first one was the original Splinter Cell. For some reason, I was with my grandfather, and we went to a local video game store. And I don't know why, but I got this, and it's rated M, I'm pretty sure. And my grandfather got it for me, brought it home to his house, because I had my GameCube at his house, and played it for hours. I thought it was so sick. This was kind of the first stealth game I really got into, I think was the first Splinter Cell. I thought it was so sick. Just the concept of going into an area, coming out without anyone knowing you were there, getting an objective done, really, really gripped me. And, for that, I think it's an amazing game. Haven't played it in a long time, probably since then, but I've seen a lot of videos on the Splinter Cell series. I could see this going up to a 4 or 5, but for now, I'll keep it at a 4. Because I did go back and get Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory, and Pandora Tomorrow on Xbox, because it's the best way to play them. And I have all of them. I got them probably a year ago. I intend to play all of them on Xbox, probably sometime soon. But yeah, I really want to play Chaos Theory and beat it, because that's supposed to be one of the best stealth games of all time. We'll do Double Agent. We'll go in release order. I played the PS3 version of Double Agent, and in case you didn't know, this has 2 different versions. The PS2 and Xbox version is a totally different game than the PS3 360 version. I shouldn't say it's totally different. It's the same set of characters, and it's the same overall story, but the levels are different. So they are 2 totally different experiences. And it seems, if I saw that correctly, this one is a higher rating, but it has way less ratings. Wow. No one's played this version. But I played the PS3 one. I thought it was cool. I don't remember it being nearly as good as the original Splinter Cell, but still a fun time. I remember this level. I remember the level on the cruise ship was really cool. And then there's another one that takes place on in a skyscraper where you start at the top and you go down. That's a super sick level. But again, I want to play all the Splinter Cells again. Conviction. So I loved Conviction. I traded it for LA Noire. My friend had this and I had LA Noire. Or no. It's the inverse. I had this and I played it so much and I beat it so many times. You know what? I'm giving it a 4 or 5. I don't care. And my friend did LA Noire, and I wanted to try LA Noire, and we switched it. We never switched back. I still have his copy of LA Noire. But I loved this game. It's the first one I really beat. You know, I'd played Splinter Cell, the original, before, and Double Agent before, but this is the first one I beat and really got into. I thought the stealth was pretty good, but the combat felt really nice, and this is kind of the black sheep in the Splinter Cell franchise, because Sam Fisher's on this revenge plot, and there are some brutal moments in this game that are really sick. But yeah, it's definitely a different kind of Splinter Cell game. I've played this. Is this the... No. Whoa. Hold up. There's a mobile game. There is a mobile Splinter Cell game. Oh my god. I played it on iPad. No. Am I lying? Wait, is it just Splinter Cell? Mobile port? Is this it? Yes! I remember. Oh. I remember this. This was so cool. Yeah, that's how much I love Splinter Cell Conviction. I played the damn phone game. I didn't play the 3DS one. But yeah, Conviction, love Conviction, probably my favorite. However, Blacklist I think is objectively the best one I've played. Blacklist has awesome stealth mechanics. I loved the Assault, Panther, and Ghost playstyle. Based on certain actions, you know, you can knock out your opponents for ghost points. Ghost points align to more stealth actions and being non-lethal. Panther is you're stealthy, but you're lethal. And then Assault's just, you're going in loud. And I love that it kind of catered to those 3 playstyles, and it did it really well. The story, I don't remember, but I remember this having a lot of cool gadgets. That's right, this game had the gadgets. It was big on, you know, using drones and all kinds of grenades and sonar grenades. Really, really cool stealth game. Maybe a 4 or 5. Again, I'll play all these again and give it updated, my updated thoughts. The Division 1 and 2, I didn't play too much of either of these, but what I did play, I really enjoyed both of these games. This is now free. I know that, the expansion for Division 2. And part of me is kind of wanted to go back and play the Division 2 and give it more screen time. But I have no desire, like, I don't have any real desire to. I just think it'd be interesting. But the Division, a lot of people forget this. The Division was kind of the first major game that I can remember to do the whole extraction shooter mode. There's an extraction mode in the Division, the Black Zone or something. But yeah, still a really, really cool game. One of the best realized environments in any video game is New York in the Division. Super detailed, looks fantastic, and the gameplay itself was really good. If I had to go off my ratings, I'd give it a 3.5 or a 4, probably a 4. And the Division 2, 4 to 4.5. Because again, it improved in some ways. I think DC, this is in DC, right? I think so. But I remember enjoying the Division 2 more. But yeah, I thought they were really good games. Total War, Warhammer 3. Played a decent amount of this. Beat the campaign, the like starter campaign, and then did a Skaven run. And then that was really difficult, and I died pretty quick. Or I was in a really bad position really quick. So then I did the... Oh, who's the Chinese faction in... Total... I know it's Total War Warhammer, but what are they called? The Grand Cathay. I tried Grand Cathay, did a little better, and then didn't play it again, but these games are so cool. And these games are kind of more fun to watch than play, because people who actually know how to play these games do some really interesting builds. And this game is so diverse. You could do so many different kind of playthroughs, and everyone's different. So yeah, incredible game. I don't know if I'll go back to it anytime soon, but I'll always appreciate Warhammer 3. Okay, some Transformers games. If you do not know, Transformers Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron are incredible third-person shooter action games. This game, Fall of Cybertron in particular, was pretty expensive for the longest time. I remember this game had never dropped in price because I would always try to go get it, and it stayed $60. Or whatever it was, it's MSRP. War for Cybertron, you don't hear too much about. This is the first one though, right? Yeah. I played this one more. I think I beat War for Cybertron and then played a decent amount of Fall of Cybertron, but no, just super class third person shooters. I'll put on some like gameplay. But yeah, what I like is you can just transform into your car or your plane or whatever at any time and offer some cool moments where you're just getting out of trouble really quick and swerving around a corner and shooting. But yeah, these are super, super good third-person shooter games. So yeah, definitely check those out. If you have them, check it out. I don't know if they're on Steam, actually. What did I do? Okay. And then Transformers the game, played this at my neighbor had this on PS2. And I don't remember much of it. I thought it was the coolest thing. You could just transform into a car at any time. I'd go onto a bridge, jump off it, and transform midair. I think it was the coolest thing ever. But again, I don't remember hardly anything about it. Trepang Squared. So I played this pretty recently. That's crazy. I had such high expectations for this game because it's a Fear spiritual successor. Now I've not played Fear, but I've seen Fear gameplay. I've seen videos on Fear. I played this. I got maybe 2 hours in, and it just wasn't doing it for me. I've essentially dropped this game. The only reason I've not totally dropped it is because it is pretty short. So if I just, by sheer force of will, decide one day to go back and play it, I may do that. But dude, I'm giving it like a 2.5 or a 3. I really didn't like it. It seems like an indie game, but I think it's actually a pretty decent studio, like a pretty decent studio size, but it doesn't feel very polished. And also the base kind of sucks. The base you go back to before every mission. Yeah, pretty disappointed in Trepang. So Trials HD, this is the one on PC, right? Oh, I think it's based on the one that was, oh no, Trials 2 may have been. I think it's Trials 2. The one that's like on PC, like on browser, you could play Trials. But Trials HD, I think it's the 360 port, yeah. This game is so much fun if you know about Trials. It's just an obstacle course, kind of a puzzle game at the same time. And then Trials Evolution is the first one I've played this. I have played this. I don't remember anything about it, but it's the first one I really got into. This is the one I'm playing on on a browser, even though it's not the exact version. But Trials Fusion is the one I played the most because it was not a launch title, was it, on Xbox One? It may have been, but I got really into Trials Fusion, played a lot of it. I don't know why I haven't rated it. I remember it pretty fondly. I'll give it a 4. Damn, it really, no one gives it a 4.5 or over. But yeah, really, really fun. Just motorcycle, kind of platformer games, I guess you can call them. But yeah, super fun. I have not completed it. I've played it. Yeah, I've not completed this either. Okay, 3 more. 12 Minutes is a puzzle game. You're trying to figure out the right route to not get murdered. It is, and it stars, oh, what's his name? Not McElroy. The guy who plays the dude in Split. I forgot his name. And another, there's 2 famous actors in 12 Minutes. 12 Minutes VA. James McAvoy and Daisy Ridley. That's right. They are the two primary actors in this. And yeah, it's a game about, having a normal time with your wife or whatever, but then someone comes in and kills both of you. So then once you die, you wake up again and you're trying to figure out how to prevent, y'all's death. And it's just a puzzle game. But I thought it was really good. Got all the achievements. Damn, people didn't like it. Okay, fair enough. I thought it was cool. Oh, Willem Dafoe's in it as well? But again, I thought it was really cool. Twisted Metal Black. Played this recently for a decent amount of time. This game's fun, but some of the levels are really bad. There's one level that's way too big. It's like it kind of replicates Hollywood, I think, or yeah, it's just way too big, and you're spending most of your time trying to find the enemies, and when you do find them, the controls are a little wonky. Like, it's not great, but it's still pretty fun. If I had to give it a rating, maybe a 3.5. It's fine, but it's the only one it's the only Twisted Metal I've really played. The reboot is supposed to be pretty good, and I've seen the final boss for the reboot. It looks super sick. And then there's Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. This dude kind of ran shit for a little bit. He has he has 4 games, and I think I played either 1 or 3 the most, but it's a standard third-person platformer. But, it looks like it has some soul to it for sure. And I loved throwing the boomerangs because they have such a sick sound when you throw them and catch them. Awesome sound effect. But yeah, which one have I actually played? I did have this one. Yeah, it was Ty 3. I may have had Ty 2 as well. I may have played all the 3. I've not played this. What is this on? Oh, unfortunate. There's an HD version in 2016? But no, yeah, I've played... The one I played the most was probably 3. Night of the Quincan. Yeah, I've played all these. This one probably the least. I think I rented this maybe once or twice, but I owned the first one and I owned the third one. I don't think I beat any of them though. But they're super cute, really cool 3D platformers. Who knows? I may check them out one more time because that's actually, I kind of unlocked a portion of my childhood actually. Just kind of brain blasted right now. But yeah, we'll end it there. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, about the same that we'll do. And then I'll quickly go over what I'm playing currently, what's on the backlog, stuff like that. But yeah, one more episode, and I'll see y'all in the next one.